So I'm watching the news tonight, and it's time for spring break, and they're showing Daytona Beach and the chaos and madness that's going on the beach because someone thought they heard gunshots. I get it. Like I said before, I was young, I was a teenager, I was a partier. But our thing was when we were kids, we always did everything on the down low. I mean, we didn't go, we knew most of us, and there were exceptions, but most of us did just went up to the limit and didn't go over it. We still had a good time. You'd be surprised what you can get away with when you don't call attention to yourself. I got away with a lot of stuff when I was a teenager because I just didn't show out. Did it on the down low. And I don't understand why everybody has to act like a fool when they get out and party. Now I know you're young and you're away from your family for the first time and there's no restraints. But I remember a few years ago reading about somebody. You read about every once in a while some kid gets drunk on a spring break or something, and they find his body because he got rolled and jumped and robbed and whatever, or raped and killed. I just think people need to party, have a good time if you want to, but you can do that without all this ratchet behavior and risking your life. You can just calm down and just why does everything have to be to an extreme? You know, just just relax, have fun, have stories to tell your grandkids about. But you got to remember what you did, and you don't want to catch anything, or you don't want to get hurt. So I just don't. And I know I'm getting old, and I'm sounding like my dad. Oh, the kids today, blah blah blah. But it is what it is. And I like to think that all kids are the same, but it seems like my generation is. It seems like we knew limits to, and it seems like the younger generation doesn't have any limits. And that's not cool because you're going to get hurt. So, so what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be watching the news and making comments on the news stories, and because I've used up all the advice I can give. I keep recycling the same old advice. So this new channel, if you're looking, I'll try to give advice if you want it, but it's not going to be my focus. Because frankly, I'm bored with the topic, bored of talking about it. It's the same thing over and over again. So find something you're good at, learn a trade, find someone to love and stay with that person, respect your parents, and take jobs seriously. And ask her out if you want to. Don't be afraid. That's basically all the advice that's the wisdom of Uncle Lawson Wallace for what it's worth. So have a good evening, and I'll talk to you all again. And Google my name, check out my content, and check out my Upwork profile. I need to do more work on my Upwork profile. And I'll be doing that. So I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night.